This is an explosive push-up paired with a med ball hip throw. The explosive push-up, I prefer to usually use a band with this to assist you and help you just be faster and more powerful. But it may be the case that you're strong enough at push-ups that you can do these explosive push-ups without a band. To meet those requirements, you would have to not be throwing the hips up and using the hips a whole lot. But if you can get really high with these explosive push-ups, that's fine. You can do them no band. That's kind of up to you to decide. But for most people, you're gonna want a band for this. And I've attached this up to a pull-up bar up here. And you just go underneath the armpits. And this is typically what you think of as like a clapping push-up. You don't have to clap. You can do whatever you want. But I usually bring my hands up to my chest. But you're just pushing up as high as you can without, again, using the hips to generate too much of that power. A little bit is natural, but just, again, a good push-up. Arms about 45 degrees from the body, not way out here or way in here. About a 45 degree right in the middle. But explosive push-ups here, boom, boom. Hit your number of reps. Usually when I do this, I say 5 plus 5. That's what your 5 push-ups plus the 5 med ball throws. And what this is, it's a potentiation strategy. You're using a heavy, more demanding movement to potentiate, make the muscles ready to produce force at a high level, and then go into a faster movement. And the thing is, you should be able to move that lighter weight faster, having done a heavier, more demanding movement first. So you do these explosive push-ups, and then you go into the med ball hip throw. And you want to find a solid wall to throw this up against, not some dry wall that's going to bust out. But throwing from the hip, it'll be here about a 90 degree with this arm, and you want to be able to project force forward with this. We're not taking it from here and throwing like this. You think about pushing forward with this arm. Kind of in the motion that you would do with dips, where this elbow comes back behind you and you're pushing out here. Same thing, about a 90 degree right on the hip bone, and you're turning the hip. You want to rotate on the ball of this foot and have a lot of your force come from the hip and rotating the hip to throw here. And you don't want to dip the shoulders down, so it's not like a baseball swing here. You keep the shoulders pretty level, producing force here. And one thing I do sometimes to see if we're doing that is you can take a stick and you kind of practice, rotate, and keeping those shoulders level. And this stick shows you if you're dipping down right here, keep these shoulders level here when you're producing force. So rotate on the ball of the foot, hip goes forward, the ball will be in the hand here, right at the hip, boom, and you throw forward from the hip up against the wall. So take your fighting stance, it'll be like staggered stance here, from the hip, kind of turning away from the wall a little bit, but throw from the hip, push forward through the palm, and it's here. Switch sides, switch stance. Here. It's just a tight, compact movement. We're not really trying to throw the arm. It's just a short, powerful movement from the hip. Here, loaded, boom, with that hip. All right, that is a band explosive push-up with a med ball hip throw.